The Gale-DH Fellowships offer a real opportunity for researchers to come to the Bodleian and have some time and space and resources to undertake a new piece of research. And if that's not what every researcher wants, then I don't know what is. They get to join us here in Oxford, and we are right at the heart of Oxford here in the Bodleian Libraries.
Oxford has been a great customer of Gale for decades. And they've really built their collection strategies along the same sort of lines as our publishing strategies. So we have a really good relationship, but they're not only a customer, they're kind of a source of materials that, a very rich vein of primary documents in the Bodleian. And we've been fortunate enough to co-publish many of their collections.
We have a long history digitizing content in the fantastic libraries of Oxford. And I think right now we built on that by having the lab be sort of the central to this partnership. Of course, we also want to learn from what's happening there. This is an incubator for digital humanities, and we want to see and bring others around the world to have that exposure and allow us to sort of have a front row seat on how we can continue to foster this partnership.
We had been doing sponsorships in China for some years, and that was coming into its natural end. And when I went to see Richard just pre-pandemic, he talked about the fellowship program and their sort of interest in expanding that to a much more global footprint, and it just really made sense.
The Gale-DH Fellows become a part of the Bodleian community. It's great to have them as part of both the library community, but also it's a chance for them to engage with the academic community in Oxford. We work to connect them with scholars and researchers working in the same fields throughout the university. And as a result of that, we've had some events for the fellows and with the fellows. One of our events last term in December 2022 with our fellow Shurong Zhao was a collaboration with our Medical Humanities Network, and to showcase both her research on epidemics, but also compare and contrast that with other people and other approaches in digital medical humanities. That was a real success and formed part of their sort of regular program, and gathered together a really good audience and some great discussion.
So what I'm trying to do in this research is you introduce the GIS into the historical research. GIS is a geographic information system. What I'm trying to do is use the data from Victorian period and to map the cholera, and so to try to visualize it and analyze it. The map I found in the Bodleian, and so also the data I found from the books in Bodleian, but technology I used from the Gale, the digital scholar lab. I used the Oxford cholera map as a case study. If I will be successful, I believe that methodology could be used in other countries and other diseases and other historical periods.
I heard about the Gale-DH Fellowship through my colleagues and contacts who are in the field of digital humanities and based here in Oxford and at the Bodleian Libraries. To be honest, as soon as I found out about it, I thought, that's a fantastic opportunity. That's what I want to do. I am going to keep applying until they say yes. My research interests are pretty diverse. I'm an interdisciplinary researcher, and I like to describe myself as a methodologist rather than being a specialist in a very specific niche domain. Having access to collections that have not yet been digitized it's only possible on site. And so the fellowship is necessary as an opportunity to enable that to happen. There's simply no other choice, which is absolutely wonderful. And because a lot of the way that we do research online, for example, is more it's more like an information retrieval task. We go to a website, we go to a database, and we retrieve the information that we already know is there. And then being able to look through primary sources, look through like extensive collections, and just have a genuine, authentic voyage of discovery and sort of serendipitously find some kind of piece of information that we didn't know before. We didn't even know that we could want to find it. That's amazing. Like, that's what we're all in academia for.
Every historians want to do their research in Bodleian Library, and so this, I believe, is the best library in the world. Most of my time in Oxford I spent in libraries, and either in Western Library, which is part of the Bodleian, or in the Radcliffe Camera. I just love that place to work. I'm so grateful for the fellowship, which will help me a lot with my future research, and I believe that will furthering my career as well.
This Gale Fellowship is a fantastically prestigious opportunity that I think will have a great benefit for me in terms of my career and help me achieve many of my career aspirations. It's that opportunity to be part of that world-leading academic community and to experience it and to be part of it and to learn from everyone around me. And I think it's going to be this moment for me in my life that is going to have far-reaching sort of positive consequences for years to come.
I think everybody at Gale is animated by the power and joy of learning. So advancing digital humanities, which is such a nascent field right now, feels like just a great fit for us. We learn from seeing others learn, and so by bringing folks together around the world to these programs and allowing access to them, it's helpful for us, but it's also a way of us giving back to the field.
Ultimately, these fellowships enable us at the Bodleian and the wider DH community in Oxford to build our capacity, connections, collaborations, and enable us to continue delivering world-leading research in digital humanities.